Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be teaching you a very simple project. So it's quite interesting. So that's making a stopwatch using Arduino. So I'm using an LCD display with breadboard, two switches, Arduino Uno, 9-volt battery and a power button, power switch. So basically in this video I'm be teaching you how to color code your circuits. Color coding is basically coloring the wires so that they're able to signify a greater component of the circuit. For example, the red wires are for the positive 9 volt ground, positive 5 volt, that is the VCC, and then these are the LCD pins, that is the CM. I'm gonna connect all these ones. So these are basically the LCD data bus pins. So when you click on this, it's showing DB7, DB6, DB4 and like that, and these are basically the VSS. So VSS is basically the ground. VDD is basically the positive 5 volts, and then we have the LED plus, so that is the positive 9 volts, and this is the LED minus, that is again the ground. And then this is the contrast adjustment, so that is the brightness of the LED screen over here. So let's connect these wires. So basically these wires, I'm gonna color code them with maybe green color because I like it. Why not? So yeah. So making them like schematic is basically the beauty of circuit designing. So this is what you call circuit designing. So whenever the whole thing it moves and messes up your circuit, you could just undo it by pressing Ctrl plus Z. So CTRL plus Z, and then it's back to normal. And the last wire. So I'm also gonna connect the contrast one, adjust the contrast. So the code is gonna be long, so I won't be explaining the code that much, but I'll explain the basics of what is done in the code and what is required. And then we connect the contrast. So since there are no PWM pins left, as you can see over here, so I'm gonna connect the contrast a bit messed up from over here. Over here. So let's color it purple. This is the voltage contrast, and next we need the power pins. So these lines again is the beauty of circuit designing. So you should be keen to make where the circuit will look good. And yeah, so this is your circuit, the entire thing. And then it says 4 connections still need to be rotated. That is basically the data bus pins these ones. So these are not getting any power. That means that 4 pins of a whole entire LCD won't be powered. Now the schematic, as you can see, is quite complete because I auto-rooted it before I started this video. But still, there are some things which needs to be auto-rooted, like over here, and over here. So I'm gonna auto-root it. So when you auto-root, you get this window over here, and then it devotes to 100. So basically, you can increase this value to say 98. So there's the pin 3. You could change it over here. You could bring down this node till here, and then this part, then auto-route it all over again. This is your circuit. PCB can be done with the same thing. So for the code, many people complain that the code I'm writing on Fritzing is not that understandable. So I'm gonna write the code on Arduino web editor. So this is my web editor. So this was the last code I've given it on the last video in the description. So you can see my last video on my channel. So this is the code we'll be using. Alright, so first you do is you include the library. So for the LCD display, there's a library called which you need to install. So if you're using the offline software, you need to install this library, liquidcrystal.h. Then you define all these pins where I connected it. So if you want to see again, you see the RS pin is connected to pin 6, right? This goes still here. So this is the RS pin. So everything is kind of connected. And then these are the DB pins. In liquid crystal, if you are using the library, then it's easy to define that comes under LCD only. So you don't need to define that whether they are input or output. Alright, and then there's the constraint byte. That would be the LED pin on pin 13. So Arduino has an inbuilt LED pin on pin 13. So if I just shift it over here, yeah, so you see this pin, so this is the pin 13. You can even connect a LED from pin 13, but this one is actually controlled by pin 13, this LED. These are the RxTX LEDs, this is the ground LED, but this is the pin 13 LED. And then you see the bounce star debouncer. So that's a command again. You could search it up on arduino.cc. The link is given in the description of the video below. Then I have attained that after setting up the button, the setup bounce instance will be interval of so this is milliseconds. Right. So I've reset the debouncer thing, and then when it attaches the reset button, it gets active. So it's kind of a loop. And then the pin mode LED pin is output, of course. So I've not connected it, but you can connect it if you want. So LCD.begin is when LCD shows like LCD screen gets active. Set cursor is 00 coordinates. So basically at that time the LCD will show almost nothing. So then you could write print. So print LCD.print is a command, and you could say stopwatch. Hey, you want stopwatch? Project. There go. Alright, and then we have given a delay of 500 milliseconds, that is 0.5 seconds. The code goes, so here this is elapsed. So elapsed millis is basically the seconds. So basically when you have a stopwatch works with hour, so hour, then minutes, then seconds, and then those are the milliseconds, which you often don't see it, but it's there. So we are using Arduino Uno, right? So this is basically the string parts as I said. So for this, I'm calculating the hour time, this the minute time, and the second, and then the milliseconds. And then you serial print it over here on the Arduino, so you can see it on serial monitor. And then that same thing over here is set to the LCD print. Alright, so you need to you need to press B start or stop. So you have those switches for that, and for the reset, the Arduino reset button is enough. Alright, so this is the code. So Fritzing is basically very similar to Arduino web editor. So you copy paste the entire code to Fritzing over here. Alright, so it's basically, it shows the same thing that you see on the Arduino Uno code. So on that, the color coding of the this thing is different. Over here it's different. So basically you see all these things. Yeah, so these are quite colored in Arduino Uno, hence you have a greater graph on the circuit. So basically when you have Arduino Uno, so the port needs to be defined, and then you open the serial monitor, you'll be able to see everything. You upload the code, and then you just check the breadboard once, and here you go, your third circuit, your third project is done. I hope you liked the video, and guys, if you have any doubt, please post it on the comment section, and please show your love to this video, like, share and subscribe, and thank you guys, goodbye.